Hello there, bots and meatbags. This is part 2 of the Uncle Death interview with Sally. We learned so far that she's kind of a liar and also believes everything Chance tells her. In this part, that goes even further.
I mean, it said it's going to have to come to you guys having to move out, and, you know, like, that's...
He would never make it out on the streets.
Oh, yeah, I know. He'd
never make it. I'm sorry, he would not make it.
If that is what you really think, Sally, why aren't you trying to get him declared mentally deficient? Once you're dead, he's going to be up shit creek without a paddle. Think about it, if you can. Without you, he is going to be on the street. There's no two ways about it. And as you said, he will not make it. But if he was found to be too regarded to take care of himself, the state steps in at that point. What's it gonna be? The state and a probable group home, or life on the streets?
Correction, death on the streets.
I know. I don't think he's not. I think deep down he'll never admit it, but I think he knows too. You know what I mean? He knows that he doesn't have the wherewithal to survive on his own. So, but he's not going to admit it. You know, his pride's too strong. So, because I know with you guys, you were getting a pretty good deal with the rent there. You know, and it's, you know, you had Karen's a friend of yours, so it's better to have someone that you know as a landlord. So it's kind of sad that it has to come to that, but.
Oh, she made reference that she wants to sell the house, so that's what she wants, and we'll move out, and that'll solve the problem here.
Correction! It will solve the problem for Karen. You, Sally, still have that great big problem you call Chance. Earlier you said you wouldn't have Wi-Fi at your new place, but guess what? As long as he has a cell phone, he probably has access to the internet. It won't be long before he tells one of his friends where home is, and that information becomes public. Moving with Chance is not the answer. It's just a way to start the same trouble in a different place. And Sally, you cannot afford that. Other landlords are not Karen. They won't put up with him wrecking the place and having cops called. In fact, it would not surprise me if some trolls have taken it upon themselves to warn potential renters in your area about him. And you, of course.
But then, you know, no matter where you go, Chance is going to find a way to get online. He's going to find a way to get online. Like, when you took the internet out of your house, someone gave him their Spectrum, the Wi-Fi password login, so he was able to just continue on, and, you know, you disconnected all your stuff, and it's, I don't know. From my position, I could never put my family in a situation like that, and I don't know.
He just doesn't understand. Yeah.
He just doesn't understand. Sally, you're so close to the answer it almost hurts. What kind of people have difficulty understanding things like social norms, responsibility, and other humans? Who are the people who need to be told to bathe, who need help applying cream to their privates, and who cannot make it on their own? Come on, Sally, say it with me. Mentally deficient people like Chance do these things. A mentally deficient human is almost expected to take their penis out at the wrong times because, as you said, Sally, they just don't understand.
He understands, it's just he doesn't care. And it's sad, you know, it's... I don't know. I mean, even with your daughter, right? Like, I never would have spoke to your daughter.
No, don't bring her into this at all.
I'm the one who talked to her before.
I know.
Like, I was just gonna let you know that, like, when I spoke to her, I never would have even tried reaching out to her had it not been for Chance bringing her to the internet. Chance is the one who came on immediately after the argument they got into, came on talking about it, how he's disowning her and stuff, which led me to question, well, what's going on, you know, there has to be more to it. And, you know, and I reached out to her and we spoke, and, you know, it turns out that, you know, I found out there was a lot more to it, but...
Well, a lot of it was untrue. I heard the interview.
Yeah. Well, then, you know, and too, you know... she never said anything bad about you. She never once said anything that she said. I remember her biggest quote was, you know, I like, what was it? Oh, shit. It was something, you know, but I love my mother so much. You know, my mother's beloved to me. Like, you know, like she never once said anything negative about you, but the chance runs to you because, you know, she was honestly just telling the truth about things. Chance was never in a band with David Stone King. You know, he got really upset about that, but he was never in a band with David Stone. He never, you know, David gave him some drumsticks and, you know, he goes around and lies now because David isn't here to say that, no, he wasn't. You know, she wasn't lying about that. You know, she wasn't lying about the way he acts in the house. And, you know, it's like, that's the problem is he needs to be held accountable. Like, he needs to learn that there's repercussions for your actions. And I think that's why he just does all this to you, to himself, because he doesn't have to face anything. He knows that you're older, you're weaker, you and Ed really aren't going to physically fend him off. So all he has to do is just do what he wants and you guys can't stop him. And that's not fair to you.
He has not hit me one time since the Valentine's Day spill, but
He will attack you again. It's just a matter of time. The way he talks to you, gets in your face, and screams. These are signs he thinks he's superior to you, and at some point, he will most definitely try hitting you again.
In 2012, right?
yeah, he has never hit me since.
But there's times that he's recording in his room and we hear him and we've seen him get in your face before. You know, literally like up in your face, screaming, yelling, like you're his grandmother. You adopted him, as you took him in as a son. You don't treat your grandmother like that. You don't treat your mother like that. Like, you know,
Oh no, believe me, it irritates Ed to no end.
Is that what you want, Sally? Do you think Chance might as well just die on the street? Are you imagining being reunited in heaven or something? If you are, better change those plans. There's probably no room in heaven for a chomo and his enabler, especially after said enabler merely set him up to die alone and afraid. Don't you get it? If he goes away to a group home or mental hospital, he gets to live after you're gone.
I don't know.
like with the when he was in high school and got expelled for the thing with the blind kid. No one would have ever known about that.
He didn't get expelled.
So what was it? Because he says he got expelled. He said, and then one day he'll say he got expelled. The next he left or he got kicked out because to protect him or whatever. But so what was it?
He spent the night over at Billy's house.
Right.
And then Billy accused him
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Accused him at the school. And they checked into it and they found it not to be true. And so the case was closed.
That excuse makes even less sense than his original story, the one about him being removed for his own safety. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, right. Kicking out a sexual abuser to protect the abuser. By the way, Sally, Chance is damn lucky the police didn't get involved. When someone in their early 20s, like Chance, engages in any kind of, experimentation with a younger high school student, the law has a couple of words for that, and they tend to mean prison time.
But, you know, like, Billy did actually tell what's going on, and it did happen, Sally. It did.
No. You'll never convince me of that one.
So it seems the stubborn refusal to see the truth isn't just something Chance struggles with. Sally is fully in denial herself, which helps explain a lot of things about this situation.
I mean, that's like the sad thing. Like, this is something that happened to someone. You know what I mean? Like, Chance can deny it or whatever, but when you put both of their cases, you got to realize there's three sides to every story, right? His, and the truth. So you put both of their stories together in the middle, Chance is still, you know, because when Chance tells his story, he's not a good liar. So he actually ends up telling on himself sometimes by the way he tells things. And he's admitted to it. He's came out of his mouth, Sally, and said that, you know, now he changed it from it never happened to, well, we were just experimenting. So he's admitted to it. He's admitted to it. You know, he just...
Hold on a sec. What? Ed wants to know how Marty found out that he talked to you.
I don't talk to Marty. I have no communication with him.
Didn't talk to Marty.
Nice deflection, Sally. I can tell you've been doing that little maneuver for a while.
I don't think they're really out there, Sally. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't...
Oh, where is that? Then Chance has the videos.
Right, because you realize there's people that live around there. They'll send videos to other people and they could just pretend, you know what I mean? Like...
Okay, what about the red paint on our roof?
Well, that's easy, Sally. A drone operator decided to get in on the trolling of Chance and his family. He thought he might get paid if he harassed you guys with drones and then dropped paint on the house. Looks like he was right. Marty accepted his footage and then posted info for the pilot's cash apps. If they had wanted to firebomb Karen's house, they would have just done that instead of the paint. What's the point in marking a target when you know its address?
See, I don't see... Right.
That was dropped by
A drone. Yeah, a drone. I don't know anything about that. You know, I'm not... You know, I watch these things unfold sometimes as they're happening. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know Marty, you know, so I don't know anything that he plans, or I don't know if he's involved. I don't know if he's not, you know. A lot of times, to be honest with you, Marty isn't even involved. It's people doing things on their own, and, you know, like, it's just easier. The Chance is always going to assume it's just Marty, you know, but there's a lot of times people are just out there doing things on their own, and it's not necessarily him.
Well, again, like I said, I don't know what to say. I'm just over it. We'll move on. He won't be on the internet. He's not even going to take this real with him, I don't think.
If you love him, you'll put him with the state. It's really as simple as that. They'll take care of him better than the streets will. They'll also keep him away from children and the internet. Once you move, and Chance is safely being monitored, you will find your life settle down in a hurry. Maybe you'll have some time to finally enjoy, Ed, or whatever.
If you continue to do what you've been doing, things will stay the same. It's a sure thing. You let Chance believe he's a talented entertainer, whether because he lied to you or you simply didn't feel like setting him straight, doesn't matter. You're now stuck with a regarded man-boy who has delusions of grandeur. It would take professionals years or maybe decades to fix him. You, Sally, don't have a prayer. Sucks to be you.